This is the ultimate guide to getting a job with ChatGPT.
In 1 hour is easy, and I'll show you how.
This is the JobSearch hack of all time.
What's up, hunters? So happy to see you back on my channel for another portion of career development wisdom. Today I decided to talk about how you, dear candidates, are using ChatGPT and other AI tools in your job search.
For anyone looking for jobs currently and interviewing for jobs, a prompt you might not have considered is throwing the whole thing at ChatGPT.
Starting from 2022, ChatGPT began to infiltrate application processes and recruitment landscape in general. So it's not bad by any means. But what I want to cover today is how sometimes people use this technology without an understanding that it may actually hurt them in the way that can set them back in their job application, compromise their credibility as professionals, and cost a potentially really good career opportunity. If it's your first time here, welcome to my channel. I'm a career coach with nearly 10 years of corporate experience who is still living and enjoying her 9-to-5 corporate life. From the very beginning of my career, I was always somehow involved in recruitment, whether it was for CV pre-screens, as a second interviewer, as a hiring manager, you name it. And I can't say that I've seen it all, but a fair bit of it, yeah. Please feel free to take any advice of mine, it's free of cost, but don't forget to stay critical. Take only those that apply to your specific situation. And if you're not sure or have doubts, don't hesitate to drop me a comment, write me an email, and I'll help you to sort it all out. Also, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get it started. You can see its presence everywhere. In resumes, during interviews. Sometimes ChatGPT is even applying on candidates' behalf. I have no idea how they do it, but apparently there are some applications that offer these features.
AI can now find you a job without you needing to lift a finger. Check this out, this is so wild.
This is crazy. So ChatGPT can now apply to jobs for you without you having to do anything.
So yeah, when I decided to record this video, I was actually scrolling through TikTok and I saw a bunch of videos that actually gave me a secondhand embarrassment. Those were huge no-no practices. No. That are advertised to candidates, and apparently they find their audience. And the first issue that I personally find very, very concerning is around resumes.
In this video, I'm going to make ChatGPT a professional resume writer. I'm going to ask it to rewrite my entire resume based off the job description that I give it. First, I'm going to copy my resume. Then I'm going to paste that in. Then I'm going on my favorite job board, LinkedIn, and finding a job posting. I'm going to copy the entire qualifications from the job posting and paste it right into the prompt in ChatGPT and then press enter and watch it go. Look at this.
How much of that resume is created for you was true? Based on what you described, I could plug in a job description for a Java software engineer and it could crank out the perfect resume for me, despite me never having written a single line of Java code in my life.
I was today years old when I realized
that you can pretty much guarantee an interview with your resume if you do this on ChatGPT.
Is when people are simply taking what ChatGPT spits out and pasting it mindlessly into their CVs. And believe it or not, it's very obvious.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but we need to cut it out with the ChatGPT resumes and cover letters. Okay, the people who are reviewing these documents, we can tell.
Don't ask ChatGPT to write your resume. It is going to spit out hot garbage.
Because if you're using ChatGPT or other AI tools without using your brains and turning on critical thinking, the outcome is going to be just like that. A seasoning of fancy words on top of a mush of nonsense. Bon appetit. And it's not that much about people having useless work experience or doing a bad job. The problem lies much, much deeper. And I see this trend with my clients when they don't really know what they're doing in their jobs. What does even their position mean?
I don't know what's happening. This whole week, people have asked me, what am I doing here? I simply don't know. And I'm just here doing things.
90% of the time, I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
Clueless. And if you have no idea, how do you expect ChatGPT to know that for you? And I'm not saying it's impossible, but to my knowledge, and at the moment of recording this video, I'm pretty sure this feature is not available to public. But if I'm wrong, please feel free to correct me in the comments. Because every time I see another visionary innovator in a dynamic environment, orchestrating synergies through multifaceted collaboration and blah, 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 I see a person in front of my eyes typing into ChatGPT something like, I was involved in stuff, worked with people and things, make it sound impressive. And of course, ChatGPT, channeling its inner Shakespeare, will sort it out and spit out something like, something like that. But the next thing you know, the recruitment team is just sitting and reading that CV and wondering if they're reading a CV or a cryptic poem. Because that's what it is, open to interpretation while lacking a clear message. And here I'm actually coming from experience. Because in the end, for the trained eye, it actually sounds like a fancy way to say that you've spent your entire days in front of your screen contemplating life choices. With the same sort of success rate, you could have written something like, I was the director of a couch, leading a team of enthusiasts into a quest to a perfect binge watch. Or something like that. Because in the end, the thing that truly impresses is clarity and substance. So please try to leave out all the unnecessary mumbo-jumbo unless it actually brings some relevant information about your work experience. Another very interesting thing that I lately see more and more often in TikTok and on YouTube is when candidates are using Gen AI tools during their interviews. So the idea is the following. The tool records the question that is being asked by the interviewer in real time and then gives you the answer to read off the screen. Yeah. Sounds perfect, right? Wrong. Now I'll show you why.
Clean code. Clean by whose standards? Yours?
Clean code means code that it's easy to read, understand, and maintain by anyone on the team. It follows consistent naming conventions and clear structure.
And achieve goals, ensuring that they are met effectively.
Okay, about this question. When it comes to setting and achieving goals, I think it's all about...
I don't really want to be rude or insensitive, but does it seem that the candidates are even struggling to read it off properly and smoothly? At least try to practice read it beforehand. Because if you sound too robotic, you're not going to impress anyone, and you're just going to waste everyone's time. Recruiters can usually sniff it out from a mile away.
So the next question is, why do you actually want this job? So that's a really great question. So the reason that I want this job is because it aligns perfectly with the skills and interests I have. My background in AI development and my experience with cursor technology make this position... So that's a really great question. I'm here today because I'm enthusiastic about the opportunity to contribute my skills and learn within the marketing field. My business...
Is it just me, or has she really smashed her camera lens with the lotion and just kept going? Do I even really need to tell you how much of a red flag it is? Would anyone think that it's gonna fly and stand unnoticed? I don't think so. Ooh, and my favorite, the most misleading and funny thing that I see on internet right now is when the interviewer is sort of gets angry and suspicious of candidates using ChatGPT or whatever and starts shouting on candidates and asking them or like demanding to share their screen.
I would like you to share with me your screen immediately. Now.
Sure.
Share your screen right now. You have 5 seconds.
Okay,
Do
wait.
it now.
Okay. I'm on it.
4, 3,
Yeah. I'm
2.
presenting.
I'm serious. Do
Okay.
it.
Do you see it?
Bye-bye. Did you do it? Okay, lovely. So what would you say is your biggest strength?
So...
Show it to me right now. Then the candidate is sharing their screen as if nothing happened and they lived happily ever after. Because I'm 90% sure that in reality it would have never happened. The interviewer would have quietly noted it down and handed the notes over to support the rejection decision. And you wouldn't even know about it, allegedly. But this thing would already be in the system of that company and would be taken into account for your next applications. So my advice to you, don't try to fool anyone. It's always better to say that you don't know something, that you didn't have experience working with it, but just stay curious, ask questions, ask why it's important, show your willingness to learn new things, show your willingness to take on challenges. Because again, for an experienced recruiter or hiring manager, it takes nothing to ask you a chain of questions that will make ChatGPT hallucinate and spit out some nonsense answers. So think twice before you go for it and be aware of the consequences. And that's all from my end for today. Please hit that like and subscribe button if you found this video insightful, and I see you in the next one.